Okay, so we are now on the Channel Tunnel, crossing from Folkestone to Calais, okay? And we are driving to Bruges from Calais. We're ditching the car there because that's our finished location for cycling. Then we're getting a train to Brussels and then a train from Brussels to Amsterdam. And we might have to stop at Antwerp. So it will be fun navigating a foreign train system. That's always like the best thing about travelling, like trying to navigate the train systems and like the underground systems. It will be sort of fun, I guess. So we're hiring bikes because we couldn't take bikes on the train, obviously. And I did actually go to Bruges in the past 12 months. We went there on our cruise. So I'll show you a little clip of that now. Just try to steep climb up to the top. So our boat came from over here, but I don't know if I can see it. Somewhere over there. We were actually pretty worried the French would be striking because today is the 13th of April and we were actually set to leave the EU on the 12th. Obviously, because the politicians are slow, we haven't. So we were pretty worried that like the French would be striking because of all the further checks they have to do. Nous avons arrivé en français. So after only about 10 minutes, I'd say, driving in France, we are now in Belgium. Right, so I'm currently at Bruges train station. Got over at 1:25 okay? And the trains go at 1:25 the hour. Missed the 1:25 train. So I have to wait till 2. That takes an hour and a half to get us to Antwerp, okay? Then we got to wait an hour at Antwerp, and then that's basically 2 hours to Amsterdam. So yeah, we would get to Amsterdam at 7:22. And we left this morning at 4:30, so that's more than 12 hours travelling. It's like getting up to like 16 hours. Here's our very snazzy, modern, creative, artistic hotel. This is the standardised procedure of filming from our room. Just looking at the view. So I am in a multi-storey car park for bikes. Yeah, need to figure out how to put it up there. And we're in like a multi-storey bike car park thing, and I'm going to try and put my bike into here. So what do? We pull it out. Somebody better not, like a tall person better not walk past because they'll hit themselves. Aha! That's smart. Now will it stay there? Stay. Should it go in forward or back? Because they've all got them in forward, so you know. Oh no, this isn't funny. This is not funny. You see how easily cheating it? What? This is not hilarious. Oh. This is not easy. What a stupid invention. This is a daft invention. Oh, we need to lift it up. Better not drop it. We need to lie down.
For you, my love for you, my love for you, my love for you, my love for you.
Today we got our bikes, okay, and we only use them to get around Amsterdam because our hotel isn't necessarily in the centre, so we just got them to get to the centre, even though we're not actually insured on them until tomorrow, but shh about that. So yeah, and what was really striking is there's two roads in this city. I don't know if it applies to the whole country, but in this city there are two roads. There's a road for bikes and pedestrians, and it's like, it's proper cool because it's like got its own traffic lights, it's got its own, like, it's actually got its own road signs, okay, and it's just like a mini road which has cyclists and pedestrians on one side, and there were mopeds on it as well. And there were like engine vehicles on it, as well as like pedestrians and cyclists. So we were cycling along, and then like these mopeds were overtaking us on the cycling and pedestrian lane. Like, surely they should be on the road. So yeah, there was like this cool little road just for cyclists, which is actually good. It shows they respect cyclists in this country, because in England, whenever you're cycling and you're on the pavement and you see this old person and like, oh, you shouldn't be riding on the pavement. But anyway, yeah, there's there's hardly any of this in this country. I say hardly any because basically we were going through this pedestrianised area and we got off our bikes because we weren't going to cycle through a busy area. And then there was this tour guide, and as my mum went through this like queue of people, the tour guide for the queue of people was walking backwards and walked into the bike. And then she said to me, "Oh, you shouldn't have your bikes through here. Yeah, that's why we're pushing them." But I say there's a cool little road for cyclists, but it's still chaos. We were cycling through the centre. There were cyclists, mopeds on the cycle lane, pedestrians, there were cars, and there were trams as well. So it is chaos, basically. I mean, it's like that going through any city centre, but this is meant to be a bike-friendly city, but it's clearly still chaos. Also today, we didn't film it, but we went to this place called This Is Holland, and even though the country is called the Netherlands, we are still in the region of Holland. Basically, I hate people who call the Netherlands Holland, because it's not. Basically, there are two provinces called Holland, North Holland and South Holland, and we're in North Holland. So it's still right to call it Holland in this area, but the whole country should be referred to as the Netherlands. But we're actually, most of the cycling's through Holland. We go through Zealand a bit at the end, but most of it's actually in Holland. But yeah, we went to this place called This Is Holland, and it was basically like I don't even know what D it is. Like, is it 4D? Is it when they've got stuff flashing at you and seats moving? Is that 4D? To be fair, I've been to a place that claims it's 6D, so I don't know anymore. But anyway, so basically there was like this dome thing, okay? And they moved your seats forward. So the seats were here. They moved them forward to the dome. So you could sit, you could look up, see the dome, and you could look down and also see the dome. And then it was basically like promoting the country. So it was showing you scenes from different areas in Holland. Wait, it was showing scenes from the Netherlands, even though it was called This Is Holland. It was showing you scenes from the Netherlands, okay? So it was showing cities, like it showed Rotterdam, Amsterdam, and it showed like Schiphol airport as well. And it was like you were in a plane flying around, like there was it was like hitting stuff and the seats were moving. It was really, really good actually. I really enjoyed it. But we couldn't film it. But you were kind of hanging in midair, so it would have been dangerous to film it anyway. But yeah, it was good. It was good. And then afterwards, there was like this museum-y sort. It was kind of like a museum. It was the type thing that it kind of gave you information on the stuff you saw in the video. So there was information, I think, on like this flood barrier and on a couple of other things. But yeah, it was good. Lucky us, we are cycling 50 miles tomorrow, which is the most we've ever done. I think at max we've done 35. One day on the coast to coast was 35, I'm sure of it. And yeah, it should... We worked out that if we go at 6 miles per hour, which is pretty slow, but our bikes are not fast bikes. They're like really upright, shopper type bikes. You'd zigzag around the city in, sort of bikes like that. They don't go very fast. So we worked out that if we're going at 6 miles an hour, it will take us 8 hours. And that doesn't include brakes. So let's say, but we'll probably be cycling faster than that. So let's say 8 hours with brakes. Yeah, it's going to be a fun experience. I have got the best idea to occupy oneself when oneself is bored. Basically, what we did tonight was we were bored. There was nothing on TV. So what we did was we got a member of the family to look out the window and draw something, and then like another person drew that drawing, like copied it, and then another person copied the second drawing, but couldn't see the first. The last person had to actually guess what it was. It was good. It was good. Here's an example. This work of art. I think Andrew drew that, not me. It is. You see that thing up there? Yeah, it burns coal. People don't like it. Look at all that pollution. But yeah, it's a good representation of that. And then this by me. You've probably already guessed what it is, but it is that there. It is a quite ordinary petrol station, because there's virtually nothing out of here. It's just like industrialized. I should really be showing you this during the day, but it's just it's just industrial stuff.
for you. My love 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 for you.
Okay. Oh. lights compared to cars. Look, most of it is like orange. What is particularly interesting about this country are that there's loads of these little canals and they are everywhere. So, this country is very different. It's a lot more rural compared to England, as in, like, the villages we've gone through are virtually just at houses. Like, we've been looking for a coffee shop for, like, the last 2 hours, but we've not found one, because in all the villages, there's hardly anything, if that makes sense. Also, I don't think we've actually met a hill that's not, like, a hill going up to a bridge over a river, because there are lots of rivers. Here is one of the examples. We're in Austria. Right, so after 8.5 hours of being out, we finally made it to Gouda. The best bit was I filmed some of it towards the end. It was really weird because we were going across this massive lake, but there was like, in the middle, there was like this man-made bit of land, but it was like a normal road with houses either side going through the middle of the lake. It wasn't just like a little bridge. It was pretty cool. Okay, so there's a bed there, chairs there, which is normal, okay? But then, this is the bathroom area. There's not a door, there's just a wall, which I am taller than. And then in here is the shower. Right, so yesterday I filmed with a GoPro going out of the city. So this time I'm going to try and film some countryside with it.
Them for no. Ooh-wee. Ow. We must up and make them all have fun.
run. How we ablaze the fire, make it fun them. We mash up the place, turn up the bass and make some sound, boy run. And we will end your week just like a Sunday. We mash up the place, turn up the bass and make them all have fun. Skrillex ablaze the fire, make it fun them. We mash up the place, turn up the bass and make some sound, boy run. And we will end your week just like a Sunday. How we ablaze the fire, make it fun them. How we ablaze the fire, make it fun them. Skrillex ablaze the fire, make it fun them. How we ablaze the fire, make it fun them. I find a pose, but if I suppose them see we oppose, them wouldn't suppose. They killing the flows, we sicker than most. They fit in the foes, no weather the mostly. Never yet fought, I never yet flop. Never yet hot, I never yet stop. Keep up with God, I never yet drop. All of my talk and all of my chat. Skrillex and gang, the legend lives on. We give them it hard, we give them it strong. We give them it rough, we give them it long. We give them it right, I never yet drunk. Sweeter the victory, the hotter the buckle. The bigger the cover, the fatter the buckle. The bass of the rockle, I might have a knuckle. It's
Road with this, mash up the place.
how we ablaze the fire, make it fun. How we ablaze the fire, make it fun. Skrillex ablaze the fire, make it fun. How we ablaze the fire, make it fun. Skrillex ablaze the fire, make it fun. How we ablaze the fire, make it fun. Skrillex ablaze the fire, make it fun. How we ablaze the fire, make it fun.
so cold, they're glistening. Don't you know the way I found my way back to you? When I went astray, the stars, they guide me to you. I've seen embers burning for you. Please, what brought these feelings into you? You're falling on your light, you're falling on your light, you're falling on your light.
Right, what's very evident about this country is that when you're cycling along a river or a canal, they actually have a 2-lane tarmac bike path. A lot of canals and rivers we cycle by near our house, it's just like grass with a few stones if you are cycling by a canal/river. So we are about to get this thing here to take us across this water feature. So this is our hotel here, the Apollo Hotel, and we actually have a moat around it. Okay, so we have made it to the city of Papandrecht, okay, which is our next hotel after 5.5 hours of cycling. It's 3:30 now, we set off at 10. It took 8.5 yesterday, and that was 50 miles. Today was 30, actually 29.3. So we have done 20 miles less in 3 hours less, okay? That means it takes 1.5 hours for 10 miles, which seems about right. But to be fair, we have stopped off more. Like, we stopped off at the windmills, we stopped off for lunch at this cafe. So yeah. So this is the view from our room. It's all right, I suppose. Anyone, but this is my third coffee today. Normally I only stick to one a day. So look, I'm going to enter this lift, okay, and then I walk in, and then there's a door here, okay, so let's click first floor. And then this door will open, okay? Do you find that cool? Imagine if somebody walks in now. That I entered there, right? I entered here, and I'm leaving at a right angle. I personally think that's pretty cool. I find some weird things cool.
Eerste verdieping, first floor.
Thanks for that.